Have you ever noticed that some people wake up and conquer the day, while others wake up and complain about it? What if I told you that the secret to success, happiness, and fulfillment doesn't lie in luck, talent, or circumstances, but in how you start your morning? The way you think in the first few minutes after you wake up can shape your entire day, and ultimately your entire life. Good morning, everyone. Today, I want to talk about something incredibly simple but profoundly powerful: your mindset. Every morning, you have a choice. You can either let the world dictate how you feel, or you can take control of your thoughts and shape your reality. A small shift in how you think when you wake up can turn ordinary days into extraordinary ones. Let's explore how changing your mindset every morning can change your life. Every morning, when your eyes open and the world is still quiet, you have a choice, perhaps the most important choice you will make all day. That choice is simple yet incredibly powerful. How will you think? What attitude will you carry? What will you allow to shape your emotions and actions? Your mindset is not just a part of you, it is your superpower. It is the lens through which you see everything, the compass that guides your actions, and the engine that drives your success or your struggle. Most people underestimate, but it is far more potent than any external circumstance, any obstacle, or any challenge that life throws at them. You see, life is not a problem to solve. It is a mirror that reflects back what you bring into it. If you start your day with thoughts of frustration, limitation, or worry, the world will mirror those feelings. If you begin your day with positivity, curiosity, and determination, the world will respond in kind. Think about it. There are countless people who wake up each morning with the same opportunities, the same 24 hours, and yet some thrive while others merely survive. Why is that? It is not talent, it is not luck, and it is certainly not circumstance. It is mindset. The successful person approaches the day believing they can learn, grow, and contribute, while another approaches it thinking they are victims of circumstance. The difference between these two people is not their external conditions, it is the way their mind interprets those conditions. Your thoughts are like seeds. Plant seeds of fear, doubt, and negativity, and your day will grow thorns. Plant seeds of hope, courage, and positivity, and your day will bloom with opportunities you never imagined. It may sound simple, even cliché, but simplicity does not make it any less profound. In fact, it is often the simple truths that change lives. Consider the small, everyday examples that reveal the power of mindset. Imagine two colleagues receiving the same criticism from their boss. One feels devastated, thinking, "I can never do anything right," while the other sees it as a chance to improve, saying, "This is feedback that will make me stronger." The same event, two different realities, and the one who chooses a growth-focused mindset walks away stronger, more resilient, and ultimately more successful. Now imagine if that same principle applied to every situation in your life: traffic jams, missed opportunities, unexpected setbacks. Each day becomes a battlefield for your thoughts, and the mind that is trained to see opportunity instead of obstacle wins again and again. Your mindset determines whether the challenge crushes you or elevates you. Even in your personal life, the effect of mindset is profound. Think about relationships, for instance. If you wake up with irritation, impatience, or judgment in your heart, you project that energy to those around you. You become reactive, defensive, or distant, often without realizing it. But when you begin your day with empathy, understanding, and gratitude, you not only improve your mood, but also create a positive ripple effect in your relationships. Your mind is like a thermostat for your day. It sets the temperature for your experiences, your energy, and your interactions. You have the power to adjust it consciously every morning. This is why I say your mindset is your superpower. Unlike money, status, or material possessions, it cannot be stolen, lost, or taken away. No one can give you a negative thought without your permission, and no one can decide your attitude for you. You are the captain of your mind, the author of your story, and the sculptor of your reality. Every morning is a blank page, and you hold the pen. You can choose to write fear, regret, and limitation, or you can write courage, purpose, and possibility. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning with the belief that no problem is too big, no task too small, and no goal too distant. That belief alone can transform not only your day but your life. And here's something beautiful: the mind is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. The more you practice choosing empowering thoughts over disempowering ones, the easier it becomes to face life with clarity, focus, and courage. Like a muscle, it requires repetition, effort, and attention. Start today. Begin with a simple question. When you wake up, how can I use my mindset today to create the best possible version of this day? This single question, asked consistently, will shift your perspective, sharpen your focus, and transform your daily experiences. Over time, you will notice that challenges that once seemed insurmountable now appear as opportunities. Setbacks become lessons. Criticism becomes feedback. Obstacles become stepping stones. And all of this begins with the way you think the moment you wake up. Remember, life will not always give you the circumstances you want, but it will always respond to the person you choose to become. A positive, resilient, and purposeful mindset is the secret ingredient to turning average days into extraordinary ones. Every morning, you have the chance to harness this superpower. Don't wait for inspiration to strike. Don't wait for circumstances to be perfect. Decide today, the moment you open your eyes, that you are in control, that you are choosing thoughts that empower, encourage, and elevate you, that you are planting seeds of greatness for your day. And watch as your life, one morning at a time, transforms in ways you once thought impossible. Every morning, as the sun rises and the world begins to stir, we are given a gift, another day, another opportunity, another chance to shape our lives. Yet how many of us truly notice this gift? How many of us start our day in a rush, thinking about what went wrong yesterday or what might go wrong today, forgetting the simple power of saying, I am grateful for this moment. Gratitude is not just a polite gesture or a fleeting feeling. It is a practice, a ritual, and a mindset that has the power to transform your entire day. When you begin your morning by focusing on what you have instead of what you lack, something magical happens. Your mind shifts from scarcity to abundance, from fear to possibility, from complaining to creating. Gratitude is the lens that allows you to see the beauty and opportunity in life. Even when the world around you feels chaotic, consider the small, everyday things that we often take for granted. The warmth of the bed you slept in, the roof over your head, the ability to breathe deeply, to see, to hear, to walk. How often do we overlook these simple blessings in our pursuit of bigger goals or more material wealth? Yet, starting the day with awareness of these blessings is like lighting a spark that ignites your mind and heart. It is a conscious choice to begin the day on the side of positivity. Picture this: two people wake up at the same time, face the same traffic, and go through similar routines. One grumbles about the noise outside, the cold shower, or the alarm that woke them up too early. The other silently says, I am grateful for this day, for my health, for the opportunity to learn, grow, and contribute. Which person do you think carries more energy, focus, and happiness throughout the day? The answer is obvious, and it all begins with a simple morning ritual of gratitude. Gratitude also changes the way you approach challenges. Life is full of unexpected obstacles, disappointments, and difficulties. But when you cultivate a mindset of gratitude, you train yourself to see the hidden lessons and opportunities within these challenges. For instance, imagine you are stuck in traffic on your way to an important meeting. The mind focused on frustration will spiral into irritation, impatience, and stress. But a mind rooted in gratitude might notice the rare quiet moment to listen to music, a podcast, or simply reflect. That small shift in perspective turns a stressful situation into a peaceful, even productive moment. Gratitude doesn't eliminate problems, but it equips you with the strength, clarity, and resilience to handle them with calm and grace. Think about relationships as well. Gratitude is like a bridge that connects hearts. And you start your day acknowledging the people in your life, family, friends, colleagues, or even strangers who have shown kindness. you naturally radiate positivity and appreciation. Instead of taking others for granted, you begin to notice their efforts, their presence, and their support. A simple thought like, I am grateful for my friend who always listens, or I am thankful for my colleague who helped me yesterday, can transform your interactions. You become more patient, more compassionate, and more generous. Gratitude is contagious. When you express it, even silently to yourself, it spreads energy that uplifts everyone around you. Even in your personal growth, gratitude is a secret weapon. It allows you to focus on progress rather than perfection. Most people get discouraged because they compare their journey to others or dwell on what they haven't achieved. But when you cultivate gratitude for the steps you have taken, the lessons you have learned, and the small victories you have celebrated, your mindset shifts from scarcity to abundance. You begin to see how far you have come rather than how far you still need to go. Imagine writing down 3 things you are grateful for each morning. It might be your health, a skill you are improving, or even a simple act of kindness you received. Over time, this practice trains your mind to notice positivity, to value growth, and to find joy in the everyday moments that many overlook. Gratitude also enhances your mental and emotional resilience. When life throws curveballs, it is easy to focus on frustration, anger, or despair. But a grateful mindset acts like a shield, protecting you from negativity while amplifying your inner strength. For example, someone loses a job unexpectedly. Without gratitude, the mind might spiral into fear and self-doubt. With gratitude, however, the focus shifts. I am grateful for the NCE I gained, for the skills I developed, and for the opportunity to explore new paths. That mindset doesn't change the fact of the challenge, but it changes how you respond to it, creating clarity, courage, and hope where fear and doubt once ruled. Ultimately, gratitude is not just a practice for your mind, it is a lifestyle. It is the conscious decision to notice, appreciate, and celebrate the gifts that exist right now, even amidst difficulties. It doesn't require special circumstances or extraordinary events, it only requires attention and intention. Every morning, you can choose to start your day by asking, what am I grateful for today? And allow that question to shape your thoughts, your actions, and your experiences. The world doesn't change because of what happens to you, it changes because of how you see it. Gratitude trains your mind to see possibilities instead of problems, joy instead of complaints, and abundance instead of scarcity. It is a superpower available to all of us. Yet so many overlook it. So as you step into tomorrow morning, I challenge you, take a moment to pause, breathe, and reflect. Notice the simple gifts around you. The sunlight through the window, the laughter of a loved one, the food on your table, or even the ability to simply wake up again. Write them down, say them aloud, or hold them silently in your heart. Make gratitude your first thought, your first action, your first intention, and watch how your day transforms. Because when you begin with gratitude, the entire world begins to look brighter, fuller, and more meaningful. Gratitude is not just an attitude, it is the key to a life of happiness, resilience, and extraordinary possibilities. Every morning, before you even step out of bed, your mind is already active. It is the stage where the day ahead begins, long before your actions catch up. Yet most people rush into the day without giving thought to what they want to create, allowing circumstances to dictate their mood, energy, and results. What if I told you that spending just a few minutes in the morning, imagining how you want your day to unfold, can completely change your reality? Visualization is not magic or wishful thinking. It is a proven technique used by athletes, entrepreneurs, and high achievers across the world. It is the practice of seeing the best version of your day in your mind, imagining not only the events, but also your emotions, your responses, and your successes. When you visualize, you are programming your brain to notice opportunities, make better decisions, and approach challenges with confidence. Think about the power of your imagination. Your brain cannot distinguish between something vividly imagined and something experienced in reality. When you picture yourself handling a difficult conversation with calm and clarity, your mind becomes familiar with that response, making it easier to execute when the moment actually comes. When you visualize yourself completing a task successfully, your mind begins to create pathways that support focus, efficiency, and creativity. This is why top athletes spend hours imagining themselves scoring goals, winning races, or executing flawless performances. They are not relying on luck, they are mentally rehearsing success until it becomes almost automatic. And the same principle works for every aspect of life: work, relationships, personal goals, or even daily habits. Consider a simple example in daily life. Imagine you have an important meeting at work and naturally anxiety starts creeping in. Most people wake up thinking about potential problems, imagining what could go wrong. But instead of letting fear control your morning, you can choose to spend 5 minutes visualizing the meeting going smoothly. Picture yourself walking in, confidently, presenting your ideas clearly, engaging others effectively, and handling questions with poise. Imagine the satisfaction of completing the meeting and feeling proud of your performance. By seeing this in your mind first, your brain begins to align your actions with that vision. Suddenly, nervousness transforms into confidence. Hesitation becomes clarity, and uncertainty is replaced by purpose. Visualization also helps you stay focused and organized. Life throws distractions at every turn. Emails, messages, unexpected tasks, or even minor inconveniences. Without a clear mental picture of your day, it is easy to get swept away by these distractions and end the day feeling frustrated and unaccomplished. But when you start your morning visualizing what you want to achieve, you create a mental roadmap. You know where you want to go, which tasks are priorities, and how you want to respond to obstacles. Visualization turns randomness into intentionality. It gives structure to your day before it even begins, and the results speak for themselves. Beyond work or productivity, visualization has a profound impact on your emotions and mindset. Imagine waking up and seeing your day as an opportunity rather than a series of obligations. Imagine envisioning moments of joy, connection, and achievement before they even happen. Your brain begins to expect positivity and, in turn, notices opportunities that might have gone unnoticed. Visualization does not prevent challenges, but it equips you with resilience and creativity. You are more likely to respond calmly to stress, find solutions faster, and maintain a sense of optimism even when faced with setbacks. Let's bring this to a very human, everyday scenario. Picture a parent who wakes up feeling overwhelmed by responsibilities, school drop-offs, work deadlines, household chores. Instead of rushing into chaos, they spend a few quiet minutes imagining their day flowing smoothly. They picture themselves being patient with the kids, completing tasks efficiently, and finding small moments of joy throughout the day. This simple mental rehearsal doesn't guarantee a perfect day, but it drastically improves how they respond. Their mood remains calm, their energy stays higher, and even their interactions with family and colleagues are more positive. Visualization has turned potential stress into empowered action. Another example is someone working on a personal goal, like fitness, learning a new skill, or building a habit. Success often feels distant because the mind is focused on obstacles, the early mornings, the hard workouts, the effort required. But by visualizing the feeling of strength after a workout, the satisfaction of mastering a new skill, or the pride of sticking to a habit for a month, motivation increases dramatically. Your mind begins to associate effort with positive outcomes, making it easier to follow through. Visualization makes the future tangible, compelling, and within reach. The most powerful part of visualization is that it is entirely within your control. You do not need permission from anyone. You do not need perfect conditions. Every morning before external circumstances start dictating your day, you can take a few minutes to imagine the life you want to create. See the results, feel the emotions, and immerse yourself in the experience of a day gone well. This mental exercise primes your mind, sets your intentions, and aligns your actions. Over time, it develops a habit of focus, resilience, and creativity, giving you an edge in every area of life. So tomorrow morning, before you rush into the busyness of the world, take a pause, close your eyes, breathe deeply, and see your day unfold exactly as you want it. See yourself handling challenges with grace, connecting with people with warmth, achieving your goals with determination, and ending the day with satisfaction and peace. Visualization is not just a morning exercise, it is a superpower that transforms ordinary days into extraordinary ones. Every success, every positive interaction, every sense of fulfillment begins in your mind. Train it, imagine it, and watch your day and eventually your life change in ways you never thought possible. Every morning before the chaos of the day begins, you are faced with countless decisions. Some seem small, almost insignificant, but they carry more power than you might imagine. One of the most transformative habits you can develop is the practice of setting small wins first thing in the morning. Small wins are simple tasks that are easy to accomplish, yet have a profound psychological effect. They set the tone for the day, build momentum, and create a sense of achievement that compounds throughout your day. It is a principle so simple, yet so often overlooked, and it has the power to turn ordinary days into extraordinary ones. Think about it this way: the day is like a blank canvas, and your mindset is the paintbrush. If you begin the day feeling overwhelmed or defeated, that tone carries forward, influencing every action, conversation, and decision. But when you start the day by achieving something, even something as small as making your bed, drinking a glass of water, or tidying up your workspace, you send a powerful message to your brain: I am capable, I am in control, I can accomplish things today. That initial success, no matter how minor, creates a ripple effect. It sparks momentum, boosts your confidence, and primes your mind for more significant achievements later in the day. Consider the simple act of making your bed. It may seem trivial, but completing this small task immediately gives you a sense of order and discipline. It is TH, first win of the day, a small victory that your brain recognizes as accomplishment. Suddenly, the day feels manageable, and your mind is more likely to tackle bigger challenges with clarity and focus. Small wins are not just about the tasks themselves, they are about the psychological boost they provide. The sense that you are progressing, that you are moving forward, and that you are capable of shaping your day rather than being shaped by it. Even in professional life, the principle of small wins is transformative. Imagine starting your workday by completing a simple, achievable task: a quick email, a short report, or organizing your desk. By mid-morning, you already have a sense of accomplishment. You are not waiting for a major success to validate your efforts. You have proven to yourself that progress is possible. This small success energizes you, enhances your focus, and motivates you to tackle more complex challenges. Over time, consistently achieving small wins transforms your productivity, your confidence, and even your overall career trajectory. In personal growth as well, small wins are critical. Think about someone trying to build a habit of exercise or meditation. The idea of committing an hour to a new habit may feel overwhelming, and the mind can easily sabotage itself with excuses. But starting with a small win, just 5 minutes of stretching, a short walk, or a brief meditation session, triggers a sense of accomplishment. Your mind begins to associate the action with success, creating motivation to continue. The small win is a seed that grows over time into consistency, discipline, and mastery. Without it, the mind tends to focus on the enormity of the task and often resists change altogether. Relationships, too, benefit from the power of small wins. Imagine taking the first few minutes of your day to send a kind message to a loved one, express gratitude, or simply offer a smile and a positive word to someone in your household. These small actions may seem insignificant, but they create a ripple of positivity. They strengthen bonds, enhance emotional connection, and set a tone of warmth and compassion for the day. By starting with these small wins, your relationships become more harmonious, your interactions more meaningful, and your day infinitely richer in connection and joy. Even in moments of personal challenges, small wins are critical. Life is unpredictable, and we often encounter situations that feel overwhelming. But by focusing on small wins, we regain control and confidence. For example, if you wake up feeling stressed about a tight schedule or an important deadline, completing one simple task, preparing breakfast, reviewing a plan, or writing a to-do list, can shift your mindset. Instead of feeling paralyzed by the weight of everything that needs to be done, you focus on one action at a time. That focus builds momentum, transforming anxiety into action, chaos into order, and stress into accomplishment. The beauty of small wins is that they are entirely within your control. You do not need external validation or perfect conditions. You do not need extraordinary talent or luck. You simply need the decision to take action, no matter how minor, and the discipline to complete it. Over time, these small wins compound into a rhythm of daily success. They teach your mind the power of progress, instill a sense of discipline, and cultivate resilience. Every big goal, every achievement, every breakthrough in life begins with small steps taken consistently. And every small win, achieved at the start of your day, sets the tone for everything that follows. So, as you wake up tomorrow, don't rush into the day waiting for something significant to happen. Start with small wins. Make your bed, drink water, write down, a goal, or complete one simple task. Feel the satisfaction, embrace the sense of accomplishment, and let that momentum carry you forward. Remember, success is not a single moment of triumph, but a series of small wins accumulated over time. Each small victory in the morning is a seed, and each seed grows into confidence, energy, and the unstoppable drive to achieve more. Your day, your life, and your future are shaped by the small wins you choose to claim at the very beginning. Start small, win big, and watch your life transform one morning at a time. Every morning, as the world begins to stir, your mind is at its most impressionable, most malleable. The first thoughts you entertain, the first feelings you allow, can determine whether your day will feel like a triumph or a struggle. Yet so many people unknowingly invite negativity into their mornings through news, social media, stressful messages, or even their own internal chatter. That early negativity doesn't just vanish, it lingers, subtly shaping your attitude, your energy, and your decisions throughout the day. The simple yet powerful principle of eliminating morning negativity is not about avoiding reality. It is about starting your day with control, clarity, and intention, rather than letting external circumstances hijack your emotions. Imagine waking up and immediately scrolling through social media. In a matter of minutes, your mind is bombarded with complaints, arguments, bad news, or unrealistic comparisons. Suddenly, a calm, neutral morning is replaced by irritation, anxiety, and distraction. Your energy is drained before you even step out the door. Contrast that with a morning where you take control. Perhaps by practicing silence, reading inspiring words, or simply reflecting on your intentions for the day. By consciously removing negativity in the first hour of your day, you give your mind a clean slate. A foundation of positivity upon which everything else can build. Negativity in the morning is sneaky because it often disguises itself as normalcy. The news reports tragedies, the email inbox overflows with demands, and your mind begins spinning with worries about work, relationships, and responsibilities. Most people do not realize that the first thoughts they entertain create neural pathways that dictate emotional and mental responses throughout the day. If you start by worrying, judging, or complaining, your mind continues along that negative path. But if you start with calm, focus, and positivity, your brain is primed to notice opportunities, think creatively, and respond with resilience rather than reaction. Consider a real-life example. A professional wakes up to a long to-do list and immediately checks email. A stressful message from a client triggers anxiety, and suddenly the entire morning is spent reacting to stress rather than taking action. But what if the same professional started the day with a few intentional moments of clarity, deep breathing, a brief reflection on personal strengths, or reviewing the day's priorities with focus? Suddenly, the client's email becomes a task to address, not a source of panic. The difference lies entirely in how the morning begins. By eliminating negativity, the mind becomes a tool, not a victim. and productivity, creativity, and calm flow naturally. Negativity also affects your relationships. When you start your day with irritation, frustration, or judgment, you unconsciously project it onto those around you. Family members, colleagues, friends, even strangers can feel the tension and respond in kind, creating a cycle of stress and conflict. But by intentionally removing negativity, by choosing patience, gratitude, or mindful awareness, you create a ripple of positivity. Your mood, your tone, your energy sets the stage for interactions that are more harmonious, empathetic, and constructive. Even a simple habit like taking a few quiet minutes to center yourself before speaking to others can transform your entire day. Another example comes from physical health. Stress and negativity release cortisol, the hormone of tension. Morning negativity, even if subtle, raises stress levels, increases heart rate, and reduces focus. Over time, repeated exposure can affect energy, motivation, and overall well-being. Eliminating negativity in the morning is not just about mental clarity, it is about creating a healthy mind-body state that supports success, happiness, and resilience. Something as simple as starting the day with quiet reflection, stretching, or listening to uplifting music can lower stress, regulate emotions, and set a tone of calm determination. Eliminating morning negativity is also about taking control of your choices. You cannot control external events, traffic, deadlines, difficult colleagues, but you can control what you allow into your mind. By deliberately filtering the first inputs of your day, you empower yourself to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. For example, instead of scrolling social media first thing, you could read an inspiring book, write down intentions, or review affirmations. Instead of letting negative news dominate your thoughts, you could choose to focus on solutions, growth, and personal goals. These small acts of self-direction create a morning environment that nurtures positivity, resilience, and creativity. Even in moments of unavoidable challenges, eliminating morning negativity equips you to respond rather than overreact. Imagine a parent juggling school drop-offs, work, and household responsibilities. If they start the day by complaining about the chaos, their stress compounds, their patience diminishes, and the day becomes a struggle. But if they start with calm, focus, and intentional positivity, the same tasks become manageable. They respond with patience, solve problems effectively, and even find joy in small victories. Eliminating negativity is not denial, it is preparation. It is equipping your mind to handle reality with clarity and strength rather than being consumed by it. Ultimately, the practice of eliminating morning negativity is a gift you give yourself. It is a conscious decision to start the day in control, to protect your energy, and to set the tone for everything that follows. You cannot always choose what happens to you, but you can always choose how your mind receives it. By taking the first moments of your day seriously, shielding your mind from unnecessary stress, filtering what you expose yourself to, and filling your mental space with calm, gratitude, and focus, you create a life where your mornings energize you rather than drain you. This simple habit, repeated daily, transforms ordinary days into extraordinary ones, giving you clarity, resilience, and a sense of empowerment that carries into every area of your life. Start tomorrow morning by observing your mental environment. Ask yourself, am I allowing negativity to dictate my day, or am I choosing focus, calm, and clarity? Make the choice consciously, and you will feel the difference immediately. Your mornings, your energy, and your entire life can shift dramatically when you commit to eliminating negativity and starting each day with intention. It is a superpower within your control, waiting to be claimed. Every morning as you awaken to a new day, your mind is a blank canvas. What you paint on it in those first moments can determine the mood, energy, and results of the entire day. One of the most powerful tools you have to shape your day is the practice of affirming your intentions. Affirmations are not just positive phrases, they are statements of purpose that communicate directly with your subconscious mind, shaping your beliefs, actions, and ultimately your reality. When you take the time each morning to affirm your intentions, you are planting seeds of focus, confidence, and possibility that will grow throughout the day. Consider how often people wake up and drift through the morning on autopilot, reacting to circumstances instead of proactively shaping them. Emails, messages, and responsibilities start to dictate mood, energy, and decisions. But when you affirm your intentions, you take control of your mental and emotional state before the day begins. For instance, saying, "I will approach today with focus and calm," or "I will be patient and kind in my interactions," may seem small, but it is a declaration that sets the tone for your thoughts, words, and actions. Your mind begins to notice opportunities to act in alignment with these intentions, creating a day that feels purposeful, productive, and fulfilling. Affirming your intentions is like giving yourself a personal roadmap. Imagine you are heading into a busy day filled with meetings, deadlines, and responsibilities. Without a clear intention, your mind can become scattered, anxious, or reactive. But when you affirm, "I will remain calm, confident, and solution-focused," you equip yourself to respond thoughtfully, rather than being swept away by chaos. You approach challenges with clarity instead of frustration, and you notice possibilities instead of problems. Over time, this practice creates a mindset that naturally attracts success, reduces stress, and increases your resilience. Even in personal relationships, affirming your intentions has incredible power. Imagine waking up and affirming, "I will communicate with patience, listen deeply, and spread positivity." Suddenly, your interactions are guided by purpose. Small moments, like responding to a colleague's question, addressing a child's concern, or having a conversation with a friend, become opportunities to live in alignment with your intention. Instead of reacting emotionally or habitually, you choose how to show up, and your relationships become richer, smoother, and more meaningful. Affirmations are not about pretending or ignoring challenges. They are about consciously deciding how you want to navigate them. Daily life examples make the power of affirmation even more tangible. Picture a student preparing for an important exam. Anxiety, doubt, and fear can easily dominate the morning. But by taking a few minutes to affirm, "I am capable, I am prepared, and I will do my best today," the student sets the tone for focus, confidence, and calm. The exam becomes an opportunity to demonstrate preparation and skill, rather than a source of fear. Similarly, someone heading into a challenging meeting at work can say, "I will contribute my ideas clearly and listen with understanding," and their mindset shifts from nervousness to purposeful engagement. Affirmations guide your focus and actions, turning intention into reality. Affirming intentions also impacts your personal growth and goals. Whether you are trying to improve your health, learn a new skill, or develop a habit, your mind responds to the intentions you set. If you affirm, "I will take steps toward my health today," you are more likely to choose nourishing foods, exercise, or practice self-care. If you affirm, "I will learn something new and apply it today," your mind becomes alert to opportunities for growth and understanding. Over time, these small, intentional statements accumulate, creating momentum, self-discipline, and tangible progress. One of the most powerful aspects of affirming intentions is that it rewires your mind to focus on what you want rather than what you fear. Most people unconsciously focus on problems, obstacles, or limitations. Affirmations redirect your attention towards solutions, growth, and possibility. Imagine starting your day by saying, "I am confident, capable, and resilient." Suddenly, when obstacles appear, your brain sees them not as insurmountable barriers, but as challenges to navigate and opportunities to demonstrate skill and perseverance. Your mindset shifts from reactive to proactive, from doubt to belief, from hesitation to action. Affirmations are not magical words that instantly change reality. They are consistent reminders of the mindset you choose to cultivate. Like a muscle, your mind strengthens through repeated use. The more you affirm your intentions, the more your subconscious begins to align your actions with those intentions. A single morning affirmation may feel small, but repeated daily, it shapes your identity, habits, and results. Your thoughts, words, and actions become aligned with purpose, and your day unfolds with clarity, productivity, and positivity. So tomorrow morning, before the distractions of the world begin, take a few quiet moments. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and affirm your intentions. Say them aloud or write them down. I will approach today with focus and clarity. I will act with patience, confidence, and purpose. I will notice opportunities and take deliberate steps toward my goals. Let these words resonate within you, shaping not just your day, but your life. Affirmations are not wishful thinking, they are deliberate declarations of the person you choose to be, the energy you bring, and the reality you are creating. When you begin each morning with intention, you step into your day as a conscious creator, fully equipped to navigate challenges, seize opportunities, and live a life of purpose, focus, and fulfillment. Every morning when you wake up, your body and mind are deeply connected, like two partners in a dance that will set the rhythm of your entire day. Yet, so many of us overlook this powerful connection. We roll out of bed, stumble through our routines, and wonder why we feel tired, distracted, or unmotivated. The truth is simple. The way you move your body in the morning has a profound impact on how your mind functions. Movement is not just about physical fitness, it is a tool for mental clarity, emotional resilience, and energy. When you make a conscious effort to move your body each morning, you awaken your mind, energize your spirit, and create momentum that carries you through the day. Think about the science behind it. When you move, even for just a few minutes, your body releases endorphins, the natural chemicals that reduce stress and elevate mood. Your heart rate increases, circulation improves, and oxygen flows to your brain, sharpening focus and alertness. This is why athletes, performers, and high achievers prioritize movement as part of their morning routine. But you don't need a gym, expensive equipment, or hours of training. Even a short walk, a few stretches, or a quick routine of bodyweight exercises can ignite energy, stimulate creativity, and prepare your mind to tackle challenges. Movement is like a spark. It lights up your entire system and primes you for action. Consider the everyday example of someone working from home. They wake up, drink coffee, and immediately sit at their desk, diving into emails and tasks. By mid-morning, their body feels stiff, their mind foggy, and the IR focus diminished. Contrast that with a person who takes 10 minutes to stretch, do a few jumping jacks, or take a brisk walk around the block. Their muscles are awake, their circulation is flowing, and their brain is alert. Tasks that seemed daunting before now feel manageable. Calls are handled with clarity, decisions are made with confidence, and energy flows naturally into every interaction. The simple act of moving the body transforms the mind from sluggish to sharp, from distracted to focused. Movement also enhances emotional resilience. Life inevitably brings stress, frustration, and unexpected challenges. When you start the day with physical activity, you're not just strengthening muscles, you are training your mind to release tension, manage stress, and respond with calmness. Imagine a parent juggling early morning routines, work responsibilities, and household tasks. Without movement, stress accumulates, energy dips, and patience wanes. But with even a short period of intentional physical activity, stretching, yoga, or a few minutes of deep breathing with movement, they release stress, activate energy, and approach the day with a calmer, more balanced mindset. The challenges remain, but the response changes. Movement equips your mind to handle life with poise, creativity, and resilience. Another example is students preparing for exams or projects. Sitting for long hours without movement reduces focus and increases mental fatigue. But starting the day with physical activity, like a brisk walk, stretching, or light exercises, wakes up the brain, improves memory retention, and sharpens concentration. Suddenly, studying becomes more productive, Problem solving becomes easier and learning is more effective. Movement is the catalyst that transforms mental potential into performance. Movement also enhances creativity. Think of how often a walk, a short run, or even a few minutes of stretching has sparked ideas or helped solve problems. The physical activation of the body sends signals to the brain that open neural pathways, stimulate imagination, and improve cognitive flexibility. Many great thinkers, writers, and inventors have relied on movement as a morning ritual to unlock insight and innovation. Even in everyday life, taking a few minutes to move your body before starting work, school, or household responsibilities can inspire fresh solutions, creative approaches, and new perspectives on challenges that once felt overwhelming. Moreover, moving your body in the morning reinforces discipline and momentum. Physical activity is a commitment, a choice to take action rather than remain passive. By completing even a short routine, you signal to your mind that you are capable of following through, building consistency and confidence that flows into other areas of your day. Small acts of physical discipline in the morning translate into mental discipline, helping you stay focused, organized, and proactive in work, relationships, and personal growth. Even the simplest movements have a ripple effect. Standing up, taking deep breaths, stretching arms, or walking around your home primes your nervous system, engages your senses, and prepares you for interaction, decision-making, and productivity. It reminds your mind that you are awake, alert, and ready to engage fully with life. Morning movement shifts energy from inertia to action, from lethargy to vitality, from hesitation to momentum. It is a reminder that your body and mind are partners in creating your day, and when both are engaged, anything is possible. So tomorrow morning, instead of rolling out of bed and rushing into your tasks, take a moment to move your body intentionally. Stretch, walk, do light exercises, dance, or simply practice deep breathing while activating your core muscles. Feel the energy rise. Notice the mental clarity sharpen, and embrace a sense of vitality that comes from awakening both your body and mind. Movement is not just a habit, it is a superpower that transforms mornings into opportunities, fatigue into energy, and routine into momentum. Every step, every stretch, every motion primes your mind to think clearly, act decisively, and live fully. When you move your body, you move your mind, and when your mind moves with energy and focus, your entire life shifts in ways you never imagined. Every morning, the world begins to call out to us with endless demands, opinions, and challenges. From the moment you wake up, emails, messages, news, and obligations start pressing in. Life has a way of testing your patience, resilience, and focus, often before you even leave your home. The secret that separates those who thrive from those who merely survive is the conscious decision to decide your attitude before the world does. This principle is powerful, yet often overlooked. It is not about denying reality or ignoring challenges. It is about taking ownership of your mindset, choosing your response, and refusing to let external circumstances dictate your emotions and actions. Imagine two people waking up to the same Monday morning. The alarm rings, the sun is hidden behind clouds, and there is a long list of tasks ahead. One person groans, immediately reacts to minor annoyances, and carries frustration into every interaction. The other takes a deep breath, reminds themselves of their purpose, and consciously decides to approach the day with focus, optimism, and patience. By mid-morning, their experiences are dramatically different. The first person encounters problems and lets them spiral into stress and negativity. The second person faces the same challenges, but responds with clarity, calm, and creativity. The difference is not in the circumstances, it is in the decision made the moment the day begins. Deciding your attitude first thing in the morning is like planting a flag at the start of a race. You claim the territory of your mind before external forces try to invade it. Life will always bring difficulties: traffic, demanding bosses, technical glitches, or interpersonal conflicts. But by choosing your attitude, you create a buffer between external events and your emotional response. For example, a parent preparing children for school may encounter resistance, mess, or arguments. Without intentional attitude, frustration escalates quickly. But by consciously deciding to remain patient, encouraging, and calm, the same morning unfolds more smoothly, and both parent and children experience less stress. Your attitude determines how much you allow circumstances to control you. Even in professional settings, the power of deciding your attitude cannot be overstated. Consider an employee facing a tight deadline or a challenging client. Without consciously choosing a positive, proactive attitude, the stress of the situation can overwhelm, creating mistakes, tension, and missed opportunities. But by deciding in advance, I will approach this with focus, creativity, and calm. The employee primes their mind to solve problems rather than be consumed by them. Challenges become opportunities to demonstrate competence, resilience, and leadership. A simple internal decision can transform stress into energy, obstacles into stepping stones, and pressure into performance. Daily life examples illustrate this beautifully. Imagine a commuter stuck in heavy traffic on the way to work. One person reacts with frustration, honking, and anxiety. The other, having already decided their attitude for the day, uses the time to listen to an inspiring podcast, practice deep breathing, or reflect on goals. The traffic is identical, but the experiences could not be more different. By taking control of attitude first, the second person protects their energy, maintains focus, and arrives mentally prepared to tackle the day. Your attitude determines whether life feels like a series of battles or a series of opportunities. Deciding your attitude also impacts relationships. Interpersonal interactions are often the first place negativity manifests. A colleague's criticism, a friend's impatience, or a partner's stress can easily trigger reactive emotions. But if you have consciously chosen your attitude, you respond rather than react. You listen, empathize, and engage thoughtfully. Over time, this not only improves communication but strengthens trust and understanding. People respond to your energy, and a deliberate positive attitude can diffuse tension, inspire collaboration, and create harmony even in challenging situations. Furthermore, this principle is crucial for personal growth and long-term success. Life will not always give you the conditions you want, but it always gives you the power to choose your response. By deciding your attitude first, you cultivate resilience, optimism, and a growth mindset. Mistakes, failures, and setbacks become lessons rather than disasters. Difficult conversations become opportunities for learning rather than conflict. Even mundane days transform into experiences of focus, gratitude, and progress. Your attitude shapes the lens through which you interpret reality, and that lens determines your results. Consider someone working on a personal goal, weight loss, skill building, or a career milestone. Days will come when motivation is low, obstacles appear, or distractions pull attention away. On those days, deciding your attitude first is critical. Saying, "I will approach today with commitment, focus, and positivity," primes your brain to notice solutions, act consistently, and maintain momentum. The same goal, approached with frustration or self-doubt, becomes discouraging. But with intentional attitude, each day is a building block towards success. Your attitude acts as the foundation, determining whether you persevere or falter. Ultimately, deciding your attitude before the world does is a declaration of personal power. It is a statement that your life, your mind, and your emotions are yours to control. It is a choice to respond to challenges with grace, to face uncertainty with courage, and to approach each day with purpose. The world will always test you, but by taking this simple step each morning, you set the tone for clarity, confidence, and resilience. You cannot control every event, but you can always control how you receive it. By consciously deciding your attitude, you transform ordinary mornings into extraordinary beginnings, obstacles into opportunities, and challenges into triumphs. So tomorrow, when the alarm rings and the world begins to make demands, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath, center yourself, and make the conscious decision. Today, I will choose my attitude. Today, I will respond with calm, confidence, and purpose. Today, I will create the energy and mindset that serve my goals, relationships, and happiness. Decide your attitude before the world does, and watch as everything you encounter begins to shift. The choice is yours, and in that choice lies the power to transform your life, one morning at a time.